Hi guys, it's Tamara Klasarik. I'm one of the coaches here at Social Media College, and in this video, we're going to have a little chat about the Facebook Pixel, what it is, and how you're going to use it in your Facebook ad campaigns. So to kick things off, what is the Facebook Pixel? We keep hearing about it all the time. We know we should be using it. We know it kind of tracks us. Some people know it tracks us, some people doesn't. It's this magical little thing that does a lot of things that we should be using, right? So let's cut the confusion. Let's go through what the Facebook actually is. Here is an awesome little picture of the Facebook Pixel. All the Facebook Pixel is, it's a piece of computer code. It's a piece of computer code that once you install it on your website or landing page is going to be able to track visitors and track their behaviors on your website and your landing page. Now, this is really useful for so many different reasons. The main reason being it's going to help us in our ad campaigns because, one, we're going to be able to create custom audiences. So we put the pixel on our site and it's going to know who's coming to our website. That's awesome for us because we can now create custom audiences of people who visited our website, which means we can create ads for people who have come to our website. That's great because it's going to help improve our return on ad spend because think about it. We can send an ad out to somebody based on their interests. They might be interested in fashion. Or we can send an ad to somebody who has been to our website before. So that indicates that they've shown an interest in us. They've shown an interest in us, which means if I present them with an ad, they're a little bit higher likely to buy from me or to react to my ad than somebody who's never heard of me before. So it helps us with that. It means that we can start putting our ads in front of people who are more relevant, who are more open to hearing from us. And the other great thing it does is it helps us reach new and existing audiences. So existing audiences, that kind of, we just covered that, right? But how does it cover new audiences? Well, this is where things like lookalike campaigns come into play. So if we can create a custom audience of people who have visited our website, we can then create a lookalike audience of those people, of that custom audience. And the chances of them being open to receiving the ads and, clicking with the ads that we present to them is a lot higher than if we were to just say target women who had an interest in fashion. It just helps us get a lot smarter with our targeting. So now let's look at how we actually use this pixel and how other businesses might use this pixel. So before we actually go into setting up the pixel itself, let's have a look at a business that has it already set up. And I love this example. This is The Iconic. The Iconic, if you don't know it, it's an Australian fashion store, like e-commerce store, sells a lot of different brands. Think of it like Maya, but online. It's got women's clothes, men's clothes, kids' clothes, everything. Everything you can think about, they've got it. And because they're an online store, they do their digital marketing really well. They have to pretty much get the word out through online because that's how people will find them. Now, I love using these guys as an example because if you come to the Iconic's website and you start looking at product, you might have noticed, and this might be with the Iconic or other brands, you've gone and looked at a pair of black boots, for instance, and you're on a website, you're looking at the black boots and you're like, okay, cool, I'm going to go back and do my thing. And you end up on Facebook and before you know it, you get an ad with the exact black boots in the ad. And you're like, how did they know? They know that I just was looking at those boots. Oh my gosh, it's a sign. I'm going to buy them. I'm going to buy those boots because, it's a sign that there's an ad for me. It's not a sign. It's just really smart marketing. I take it as a sign. I spend the money and buy the boots, but whatever. So let's take a look at how they've actually set up the pixel on their website. So the way this would work, any business would get a pixel. And that pixel has a pixel ID code. And that pixel ID code is unique just to your business. So it helps identify you and your business. You have base code, which is the code that is unique to you. And then you have event code. The difference between base code and event code is that base code gets installed on every single page of your website. Every page, regardless of whether it's an About Us, a product page, or whatever it is, it goes onto every single page. Then there's event code. Event code might be something like purchase, or lead, or add to cart. There's quite a range of them, but by understanding what's available to you, you can start tracking actions on your website. So I can start tracking people who add a product to their cart. I can track people who make a purchase. If you start thinking about the things that you can track like that, you can start thinking about the different types of messages that you can send to these people. Imagine if I added to cart, I'm a shopper, I added my black boots to my shopping cart, and then I was like, oh, I'm a bit broke this week, don't know. So then I leave the site, but I don't purchase. As a marketer, you can create an ad for people who add to cart but do not purchase. You might send them a discount code, or you might send them a reminder. Hey, we saw you like those black boots. Don't forget, the sale ends on Friday. Now, good marketers know that marketing something simple like that to me, somebody who's already been on that website, who has already taken the time to look at the product, who has already added to cart, I am this close to buying. I'm made my way all the way through the decision-making process. Not much extra effort has to happen to convert me than it is to start again with a new customer. So what you might do as a marketer, you might offer a discount code. Amazon does this really well. If you abandon cart, is what they call it, you abandon your shopping cart with product in it, sometimes they send you a discount code and they're like, oh, here's 30% if you use it in the next 24 hours. You can buy those boots after all. Because they know that giving me a 20% discount is cheaper than starting all over again on a new cold customer. So as you start to understand how the pixel works, you can start seeing how you might be able to use it. So let's take a look at the Iconic. There is an amazing tool that you can actually see what pixels are installed on different businesses' websites. And it is this little tool in my Chrome toolbar here. It is called the Facebook Pixel Helper. And this is great. If you're the person that's installing Facebook Pixel code on your website, this is a tool that you will install to check that it's installed properly. So by clicking on this website, it's not even my website, I can see the pixel that's installed. I can see that there is a pixel installed and it says page view. That means the base pixel is on this page. And no matter what page I go to on the Iconic website, page view will be everywhere. But then, and I'll tell you what, with this little extension, if there's no pixel on the website, it'll be gray. So the fact that it's blue with a number tells me all the different things that are being measured. And yes, you can drop down and actually see all of the info. But for now, let's just stick to the basics. So now let's go on to another page. Now let's actually go find some boots. Shoes. Let's actually just click boots. I think it's going to be faster. Oh, really nice boots. Okay, we're looking at some boots. Let's look at these nice boots. We're on now a product page, a specific product. Now, if we come up here, we come up to my little pixel helper, you'll see that this number's changed. And if you open that, you'll see that there's more than just page view. Now there's view content. Now there's segmentation. There's quite a number of standard events that you can pick, but you can also, if you have a good web developer, which these guys will have, you can create your own custom events. Now that's pretty advanced. We're not going to worry about that, but just know that you can add something like view content. You can start tracking individual actions. So they want to track the fact that I've gone to a product. Let's now actually add these boots to our shopping cart. Okay. I don't know if you noticed that little number just changed, and if I click on it, all of a sudden, add to cart is there. A whole bunch of others is there. They do it very advanced with their tracking, but add to cart was there. They now know that I added those boots to my shopping cart. If I hit checkout, I'm one step closer to buying these. You can see this is populating. Now I have initiated checkout. So that means I've taken an extra step forward, an extra step closer to buying. So I could even initiate checkout now. I can track people who initiate checkout. Now look, these guys are advanced, right? They're tracking every single step. Your steps might just be they viewed this landing page and they downloaded this white paper. And so the thank you page would have lead, because the pixel loads depending on the page that is loaded, right? So this says checkout. So it knows that I'm in the checkout now. So it just gets you starting to think about all the different actions that you can start tracking. Now we're actually going to have a look at how we go about creating the pixel and installing it. So firstly, we need our base pixel, right? Now, when you come to get to this section, this is the pixel section, you'll come up to the little hamburger menu in the top left-hand corner. My pixels happen to be sitting right there in frequently used, but you just go to all tools and extend it and you'll find pixels under measure and report. And if you click on that, that will get you to this page. So firstly, you have to set up your pixel in the business manager before you can install it onto your site. So if we go to view setup instructions, so this is actually, if we'd gone back one step, it would have said set up pixel. We'll go back there. So the first button will be to set up pixel. Here we go. So you click set up pixel and you'll actually give your pixel a name, which I've already done. And the next step is to install the base pixel code onto your website. And there are multiple ways that you can do this. You can do this using a partner integration. If you are using one of the leading website platforms such as WordPress, Shopify, you would click here. And Facebook has just updated this section. It's a lot more super user-friendly than it used to be. If you use a WordPress site, for instance, you used to have to get a plugin and you would put your pixel code into the plugin. Now you can actually connect using this partner integration. Now, so you know, every pixel is given a pixel ID. That is your unique number. No one else in Facebook land has this pixel ID number. It's like your pixel fingerprint, right? You're the only one that has this. That is the thing that makes your pixel different from other people's pixels. And if you remember from the Iconic, you have a look here, that's their pixel ID, right? So you want to set up the pixel. Before we go, I'm going to not click on that for a sec. We're going to go manually add pixel code to website. If you know how to navigate your website and you're a little bit more savvy, you can get the code from there. Or if you have a bespoke website and you have a web developer, you can email the instructions to a developer. Let's go into manual and I'm going to show you what it looks like. Here, that is your base pixel code. You would copy this and then you would add it to the pages that you needed. If you had one landing page, you would install all of that code. That would go into the header of your website. And you would turn on advanced matching. And advanced matching is this great little tool that Facebook has that just helps them to gather more information so it can just be a bit more intelligent in what it's doing. And then once you install it on your website, you can see here and send some test traffic to the site. And what you want is you want this to say from no activity yet, you want it to be green and active. So let's just say we've installed that code and now every page of our website has the Facebook pixel code. The way you would test that out obviously is through this send test traffic and here, but if you wanted to, you can literally go to your website type in your website URL and go to the little Facebook Pixel helper and see if it goes blue and green. If it goes blue and green and you can see that page view, you've done the great job and it's working. You do have to give it a couple of minutes so that it can send that data, especially for that first time. So we've installed this code. Now we're going to go continue, and it's going to allow us to add event code. So we're going to say use Facebook's event setup tool, and we're going to see event code. So this tool is another new little feature that Facebook has, where it's actually going to go to your website and help you install the code by itself. But if we go back and we select manually add event code, this is going to give us our little menu and show us all the different types of event code there are. So when I talk about events and I was saying add to cart, those sorts of things, these are all of your options. And Facebook's making it easier every day. So you might not know what you want to use, but it's going to give you some options. So with e-commerce and retail, these are all of your options. Look, there's quite a few. You can start a trial if you've gotten them to, start something for free as a trial. You could set it up as a purchase. Now these codes there's nothing unique about them. These are the same regardless. Because your base pixel is on every page of your site, that's what helps Facebook understand what's going where. But for initiate checkout, for instance, you would put this on the footer of the page that is fired, right? The page that the user gets once they perform the action. So let's just say, let's go up here, and I'm going to use another example for a different, let's use a financial services company. Let's just say I post a white paper and I want people to download the white paper, and to download the white paper, they have to give me their name and email address, and that to me is a lead. I want to measure leads. Now I would have one landing page for the white paper opt-in. They fill in the form, and then once they fill in the form, they're given a thank you page. Now the base pixel would go on both pages, but the lead event code would just go on the thank you page, because only the people who filled in the form are given or are served up that thank you page. That is how Facebook can say, okay, this person is a lead, and this person who just had a look and then didn't fill their details in is not a lead because they went to this page, but they didn't go to that page. So if we go to the financial services section, there's quite a few different options that they're suggesting. You don't have to stick to these. These are just more suggestions. But if we did that, we would get the lead code down here, and we would copy that. Now, if you want to, you could put a value on your lead. Let's just say leads to you are valued at $50. And you know that you convert 1 in 4 leads, and so your cost per acquisition is $200. You know it takes about 4 leads to convert. If you put a currency value on that, you can actually track that in Ads Manager. But for now, we're just going to put in the lead code. And again, you can test it there. So what you want to do is you want to know the business that you're working with, and you want to find its closest industry. Now, it's not, if your industry is not there, that's fine. I tend to use financial services, professional services a lot for a lot of, services. And then e-commerce is really well thought out as well, because they've thought about that a lot. Now, it doesn't matter if you use which standard event you use, as long as your base code is installed on every single website. Now, if we went back to the partner integrations, so this is the manual section. This helps you understand about all of the different codes there are. You can actually go to these partner integrations, and they have a wizard that will take you through this, and it will give you screenshots. So let's go on to WordPress, for instance, and you've set advanced matching, so you hit continue. Then with WordPress, they've actually created a file for you to download, as long as it's WordPress version 4.4 and above. You hit download and it will download a file that has your pixel code in it. Then you hit continue and it literally will give you screenshots and it will hold your hand through the installation process. So it'll say go to dashboard, go to plugins, and then you can go one by one and you can install exactly as it says. And it does that by partner. So for instance, let's go back. If you work on HubSpot, you would have seen that HubSpot is an option. The same thing. Notice how there's a few more simpler steps. They actually have created a really personalized journey for each of these partner users, which is great. If you have one of these, that's fine. If you don't, you would use that manual section that we did earlier. Now, the manual section is actually not that hard either, so I wouldn't worry too much about that. So that pretty much explains the base pixel and the event pixel. And once you have those on your site, as the Iconic does, you can start being really intelligent with the way that you do ads. You can start being more personalized with the ads that you serve up. You can start dissecting the data and picking up individual audiences and creating, unique messages for each of the actions on the site. Now, what I would do is I would definitely hang around this manual pixel code area and go over to event code and just play around with what they've got. Let's go back here. Continue. We'll go manually out event code. Just spend some time here and look at all the different event codes that you've got access to. By understanding what you can do on your site and start thinking about the different pages on your website, because this is what's going to help bring your ad costs down and really make your ads a lot more powerful than simply just putting ads out there and not being able to retarget, because our event code allows us to retarget based on action, targeting people who have already shown an interest in us. So there you have it. That's Pixels Really 101. Obviously, there's a lot more to talk about. There's so many different ways you can apply this, but this is the basics when it comes to the Facebook Pixel. And by understanding that and installing at the very least just the base Facebook Pixel, then you're going to be in a really good place. You're going to start collecting data on the people that are coming to your site, and you're going to start making more data-driven decisions. So if this video was useful and you picked up a few hints and tips, I would really love for you guys to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're posting there more often and you'll learn more and more about social media marketing and with our tips and how-to guides.